Okay, so it's extremely hot in California, and we found some fantastic selvedge denim. So we're gonna make jeans, but different jeans, fancy jeans, jeans for women with big asses, because everybody eat carbs. All right, so basically the shortcut here is we measure out how much we want to cut, and we slice it here. This is to slice off the roll to have a little bit more control. So we gotta measure one more. Equal to the first. That goes without saying. Anyway, so the jeans to fit is actually not that difficult to make. The challenges are having a good pattern, having a good design, deciding what colors and threads and uniqueness you want. Anyway, so basically we're going this way, so everything's gonna have the same line. For anyone that's under 5'5", you need just shy of 1 yard for your length, right? Because you're gonna add, well, I don't know how much time we have today, but with selvedge denim, the width, I mean, it's a fantastic material. It's generally 100% cotton, woven in an old-fashioned method. But your width is generally, let's say, 31 on a good day. So what happens is, at the inflection point, if your hip is 44, 45, 46, 48, at the inflection point, at the rise, you're gonna be a little bit more generous in your cut. So basically we line everything this way, right? So we're going one direction, left and right. Yeah. And because of the selvedge, so I have two designs, and this is my pattern basically, which I've made. And so at the inflection point, here is the inflection point. You generally need all of this space if you have a hip range that's 45, 46. And so you need to use all of that area, which is good here because you get enough, and there's a little stretch in the fabric as well. The beauty of selvedge that people like is to leave these, but no one's ever on a straight line. So I can leave it on the side, which would then mean I cheat. And I go to a standard pattern. Anyway, so you come here to the edge. This was surplus fabric, which I guess in LA is called dead stock. So you go to a fabric seller in downtown, and he has a lot of different type of fabric, and it's a surprise what you find, and I guess that's what makes the whole experience exciting. You're searching for something which may be just what you need or not enough of what you need, which is life. Okay. So because it's dead stock and surplus, it doesn't come on a nice neat. You have to play with it a little bit to make sure that all your lines line up. All right. So generally, I've made a cheat sheet pattern for women with big hips, and you'll notice I'm taking up all of this space right here to ensure that I have adequate space in the hip region, because the last thing anybody wants is uncomfortable jeans. Okay, and so I can map out, I can do this two ways. I need the front and the back, and when I cut this way, I'm not making a line here. And so I'm actually going to come in a little narrower and fit it in here, and especially in the foot, so my foot's not going to be wide. Yeah. The only thing that I'm forsaking by doing this is I'm going to forsake the lines, unless I flip it the other way, which we're all individuals, so we can do whatever we want. Now this here, the full length is from here to here. I'm at 40. So for anyone that's 5'5" and shorter, the outseam is generally 39, 38, 37, depending on how the clothes is going to drop, if you have fat in the hips or so on and so forth, right? Anyway, so it's going to take me this week to cut these and put them together and sew them. And so come back and check and see what we do. Or you can hang out today while I sew the whole thing. I mean, it's extremely hot here in LA. So grab a beer, pull up a chair, turn some music on, do something else on your computer. Let's start cut this baby up. Okay. So we want to go here. We're coming. Now I have these marks here, which basically, this is where I start to taper off. But I also have these marks here for another reason. This is where I'm going to drop my cargo pockets. And the way I've done it is, look, this is the size of the phone. So I need a pocket here for my phone, and I probably need a pocket for my phone more than I need a pocket for my keys, right? Because you're always looking for your phone. Now you may be wondering why my pattern is on fabric. I just like to make my lines out on fabric, and I do my samples on fabric. Okay, so we're gonna slice here. Okay, so first pocket. Now here I have the second line. This is where I start to really taper off to get that snug foot feel. Okay. So I take off the pattern. And then now, okay, so let's see how we line up. So most people who have big hips don't necessarily have a big waist. Think Kim Kardashian. Anyway, so this is 46. So at about 13, and it may be a little bit too tight or snug, but 13 is the midpoint. And so where the stitch line is, if I come in an inch, so that's the waist. Then right here is the part that everyone has challenges. So 25 right there in the hip gets you to 12 and a half. Okay. So now we can determine how many pockets we want. I like cargo pockets on the side because it helps me, again, that phone, right? You go somewhere, you put the phone in your pocket. Can't really put the phone in the back pocket, you sit on it, it breaks the phone, bend the screen, whatever. And do we really need a back pocket? Anyway, so let's do some back pockets. Because of how I did this, right? So this is one thing, I'm not having a side cut. So I have a pretty clear idea that the back pocket may be somewhere around here. I mean, it's not an exact science. Then I want to go up a little bit. You can put whatever you want here. Okay. The cargo, I want it to somewhere be around here. So let me measure. Okay, so I'm 9 down. Want it to be, it's where my ass is. So I'm gonna go here. So 1 to 4, 1 to 4. Who said math don't work? Now you can do it bigger or smaller. At this size I'm at, that's the size of an iPad. At this rate, you might as well carry a bag. Okay, I may make it smaller. But the thing is, when you make your own stuff, you have the freedom to pick and do however you want the pockets. If you want the pockets to be camouflage, you make them camouflage. If you want the pockets to be orange, you make them orange. If you want the pockets to be yellow, you see where I'm going. Okay, so we have one pocket. It's denim. You can put your rivets if you want to accentuate and make it stand out. Or you can go plain, whichever makes you happy. We're going to put one pocket here towards the rear. So this is one leg. You can also mirror this on the other leg. Or you can just simply come up with a new flavor for the other leg, whichever feels more exciting. Okay. Now, let's see. We bring this in. So remember, I have one pocket on the back on one leg, so I'm gonna do something different on the other leg, because why not? When we send these to production and they're on the Etsy store, things are a little more defined, but we're just playing around with a sample here. We got some selfish today. We went downtown, it was very hot, and because of the heat, we just decided to do a few different things uniquely, right? Some people you can put it down here, I guess if you 1, 2. All right. So you line out where you want your pockets. You can make your pocket standard size. You can just put a design over your pocket or however you like. So on the other leg, I'm just gonna have 2 pockets. And on one leg, I'm gonna have 2 pockets, but they're different and they're in different spots. Okay, so now we got that. My hips are a little bit on the fatter side. I probably need to eat more vegetables, walk more, exercise more, all those things that are good for you. Okay, next year. Alright, so we start cutting. Alright, where's our scissors? Okay, so we're gonna be a little bit generous here. Okay, so let's go. Okay, there's some loose fabric there. Okay, some more loose fabric there. Is this a more efficient use of fabric? Probably a more efficient use of time. And it's an incredible fit. Now I didn't go exactly to the cut line here because I gave a little bit just in case. Okay, the top part is all even. Okay, so front, rear. We're gonna slope a little bit here. Now the reason you have this slope is one slope up. And cut the top. Actually, I'm not gonna slope too much off that. Now, when you buy, well, okay, so my foot, I have a little bit off. Well, I didn't cut the foot. So just gonna put a clean line. You know, denim is probably one of the most user-friendly garment in the US. You can wear it for a few days, weeks. There's groups of guys that basically take pride in how they wear their selvedge denim, how they get their lines in the selvedge, you know, when they wash it and stuff like that. I mean, it's a whole collection of people that are proud to wear a material and a fabric a certain way. I mean, to be part of the community is fantastic. But it's also a material that is breathable and very strong, right? So if you own one pair of jeans, you can have one pair of jeans that is functional for many different things. You change your top, whether it's a hoodie, a t-shirt, or a jacket or a blazer. You change your top, you change your look. So I'm gonna cheat, and I'm gonna use these selvedge lines in the layout of my pockets and my lineage here. And so I'm not gonna waste these. So basically, whatever I use, you know, that's the main part of the sewing material for the pants. I will need a waist, and I need pockets. So I'm gonna leverage these pieces that are here, and they're not much, and just because it's selvedge and it's expensive, then it's like you treasure all these little things. It's amazing. So I'm gonna leverage all these little things in my pockets. So now I did one pocket here, no pocket here, and there's a pocket here. So I can use this for my pocket here. That's just enough. Actually, in an ideal world, I want the top so I don't have the... Actually, that is just right. Okay. That is just right. I just made it. Probably gonna have to go shorter. That's fine. Come out a little bit more. So I have a stitch line. And I have my first pocket. Okay. My space is not 100%, but that's okay. I can adjust in the stitching. So this guy goes here. Mark it so you remember. Okay. So I'm gonna show the selvedge. You know, I'm gonna walk around and tell everybody, yeehaw, me got me a selvedge denim jeans. Not just a regular Gap jeans. Nothing wrong with Gap. Okay. Now I have a few of these. So basically, one side pocket. I'm not necessarily even, but that's fine. In a perfect world, you'd want to be even. I don't necessarily believe in perfection. And I can accommodate in my stitching. So basically at this size, you can put some cash in this pocket. You're not going to put a whole lot. And I can mirror it if I want. You know, stitch off this, stitch off this. And so, you know, I mean, we all don't fit in the same box, right? So that's the beauty of making your own stuff. Alright, so this here is not a whole lot left to do anything with this part, so we'll just put this to the side for now. The traditional 5-pocket jeans has a pocket rear, pocket front, and a pocket for coins or condoms or whatever. This looks like it could be a very big knife. I don't know if the police will agree with anyone walking around with a very big knife, so we won't be tempted with that. Alright, let's get serious now. So I got pockets on this side. Let's see what I did on this side. I have that one slot Oh, actually I have two. Now, in keeping with the pocket up there theme, okay, so this here is, let's put some real measurement. This is 7, and I'm going 7 by 4. I barely get 7, but I can. Okay, so let's go 4.5. Okay, so I'm gonna have to accommodate and take off the edges, make the edges clean. Let's just make the edges clean. Okay, so that does. And I'm keeping the thread out because the signature of the selfridge is telling everybody, hey, check out my thread. Now I have another guy here. Okay, so I think I got all of them with that thread feature displayed. This one was, I'm at 5, and I am at 6.5. So we go knock off 5-ish. Let's see where we get, let's come over a little bit. Let's see where we get 6.5. Actually, I just make it. You know, if it was a bus, I just made the train. It's not perfect, but okay. So here, I have to clean up my edges. The cheat way is this. Okay, go here, you knock this off. As with anything, more upfront planning ensures that the sewing time, you're not impeded. Okay, so I have 2 pockets here, one here, one here. I have some waist that I haven't decided yet what to do with it, probably nothing. Then on the other side, I have a pocket here and a pocket here. Now I have to figure out what did I plan to do here. I can switch this around, switch this around. Am I different? Am I off? I don't know yet. Okay. So what's left now? We need the top and the foot. So, okay, let's see. We need the waist and we need the foot. So let's cut the waist. We gotta go back to our fabric. Somebody said he just number 2. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to our fabric. And we need a waist. Now the thing with the waist is you're basically supposed to go this way. That's a lot of fabric for a waist. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. Let's see what we do here. Let's see what we do here. Waist. We need a waist. We need a waist. Okay. You know what? There's no if and but around it. I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go this way. And for the waist, if it's a 2-inch waist, then you need 4. That's a little bit too thick. If you do 2, it's a little bit too thin. What's going in my waist? Now I can put a cord or I can put an elastic. Okay, so let's go 3. So when I curve it, I'm basically at 1.75. So basically 3 and 3, 6, right? If anyone's in high school still don't believe what them say, math's really important. Okay. Now the thing is, so this is 30. I really don't need 60 for a waist, but for me, it's easier to take the waist this way than the other way because I want to keep as much as of my fabric as possible for making the garment, right? I mean, this may not be the proper way to cut out the waist, but okay. So we got the waistband. They're about equal. And we're gonna wrap it, so we're gonna come about this, which is perfect. Okay. Alright, so I have my waist. I have my pockets. What color thread should we use? Let's see. It's more deeper blue. Let's go traditional. I could go bright yellow. I could go orange. Maybe too loud. Can go white, maybe too light. Let's just go traditional blue. So we're not gonna show up any of those traditional denim stitching because we're doing it in-house. And if you're doing it at home, you're not gonna necessarily have an industrial machine. If you do, hats off to you. God bless. So we're just gonna go traditional blue. Is that? It's okay. It goes with a lot more choices, right? Doesn't say back. Alright, so I showed you my secret pattern. I showed you my fast track pocket selection, the selfage. So I hope you come back tomorrow. I'm gonna sit and sew now for a few hours. So I hope you come back tomorrow and watch me put this thing together. Yeah? If you have any positive comments, leave it below. Other than the guy who said he crapped in his pants. Alright, have a good day. Cheers, bye.